Wow. I don't even know where to start. There's a lot I could say. And look, of course, tonight you're disappointed. You're disappointed at the way we lost that shit. Like 26 points in like 2 minutes, really. Like all these 3 pointers, just so many mistakes. And really, we don't deserve to win. We didn't deserve to win this game, and um, coaching should have been better. Free throws should have been better. But we're lucky it's game one. It's only game one. Whether you lose by 3 or lose by 33, it's a bad loss. But, a loss is a loss. It doesn't matter. You could lose by 3, you could lose by 10. A lucky foul shot. We would have held on to win, but I think we would have lost one eventually. And if you're gonna lose a game, I'd rather lose this one this way instead of like a game two or even like a game three. Because mentally you can still recover and you can be angry and you can. There's a lot to look at on the footage when you look this game back to say like we should have lost this game, but it's game one. It's over now. I mean, I'm a little bit angry, but at the same time, I never thought we would sweep them. I feel like you got to be honest and look at how we kind of gave up that game, in the end. And good for Indiana. Based on the run and play, they deserve to win the game, but we'll be back. We'll be back. We've been on the positive side a lot of large leads that have disappeared, and this time we're in the opposite end. And we deserve that. Luckily the next game is already on Friday. Today is only Wednesday, so it is what it is. Yeah, they gave up the game, but I never thought they were gonna get. I never thought we were gonna sweep the Pacers. I think that you have to earn it if you want to go to the finals, and you can see why the Pacers are where they are. That being said, we should have won. That's the reality. It's a terrible loss, but if you want to make it to the NBA Finals, we've been in shootouts, and we've come on more often than not. We have won. This time we didn't win, and you can be mad. You can wake up tomorrow morning or whenever you wake up tomorrow and say, well, I can believe this. Well, believe it. It's real. That's the reality. So especially to these guys, if you're angry, go do something about it Friday. By hitting our free throws, we would have won the game. Really. Bad referee calls, sure. It led to the Nemhard 3. There's a lot of things you can say, but still, that's our fault. It's our fault. That's our fault. It's not their fault. That's our fault. We take care of that ball. Brunson had a lot of fouls. He had 5 fouls. I think he had a lot of turnovers too. I heard he had like 7. I didn't check the box score. But it's game one. Whether you lose by 10, you lose by 5, you lose by 33. Yeah, mentally it's deflating, but you know what? I think we all know that they were the better team, And you won this one. That's good. That's great. But we shall see who the better team is over a series. Over a series, we shall see who the better team is. There's no point in harping on it. Of course, we know we should have won tonight. We didn't win, and that happens. I'd rather it be game one than game two. And more often than not, actually, I'm happy that it's not like a game leading up to a potential elimination game, because now mentally that would have killed you. Even though I think these guys are mentally tough, they're going to go to the locker room and know that they gave this game away, and it'll motivate these guys. and I expect there to be more stuff happening in this series, but we can't be too mad about all these things. We got to play our game, and it happened. We got to move forward. Yeah, you might be disappointed tonight, but that's the game. Basketball is the gift that keeps on giving, and tonight we didn't really deserve this one based on the way we played at the end. It sucks. It's a game I'm glad I didn't go to the Garden for to see that shit. I tell you that. Oh boy, It would have been a long train ride back. But if you want to make it to the finals, these are historic games. That's like it's a historic game that we gave up, that way. But we've been on the other end of it too. So if you look back in history with teams winning championships, these are the games that they play in a good way and in a bad way. So, look, it's game one. Thank God it's game one. This might motivate us to go like 4 straight. I hope it does, really. I really hope, or maybe even 3 straight right off the bat. Right off the bat, boom, 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 because that can't happen. It'd be a wake-up call for these guys. These guys know how close they are to a championship appearance, at least the opportunity to get a championship. And you can't have another game like this. And it'll be on us, but we shall see. But I'm confident that we will win out the series. 6 games is what I said, and it remains to be seen.